Every time there's a smell of a general election in the air, I get all antsy because I can't stand to see the merry-go-round turn again, where we get Conservative or we get Labour. Let's face it, the two most dominant parties in Westminster since I could not remember when, long before I was born. Now, if you agree the whole system's broken, subscribe to the channel. I'm sure you're not alone. Let me know your comments. Let me know what you think. Reason I'm making this video, I wanted to talk out loud about my thoughts. I went and saw somebody today who it's a member of my family, shall we say, and we got to talking about politics, Parliament, the vote, and everything else. And it's a kind of conversation where we get going, everyone else walks out of the room. You probably have those yourself. And we're both pissed off with it, I suppose, but we're at two different extremes. My extreme is I believe that the entire system needs to be stopped in its tracks, and I believe it needs to be replaced with something else. What kind of democratic engine that represents, I do not know, but the one we're currently faced with no longer works, and it hasn't done for a long time. And you get the two parties on either side, they're morphed into, well, one. You can't really tell the difference. Two highly educated suits with big bank balances doesn't bode well for the working person, does it now? So what do? Well, this relative that I spoke to said that they voted a certain way all of their life, and if there isn't a very sharp, marked improvement within the next few months, then they will be forced to do something they've never done. Abstain. Yes, abstain. In other words, what the parliamentarians don't do when they're worried about losing their seat, rebelling. Now, the problem with abstaining or not voting at all is you're giving, in my view, tacit agreement to them to basically do what they like. You look back at 2010 when we got saddled with a coalition of the Liberal Democrats. How is Ed Davey, by the way, today? I expect he's a little bit concerned. And David Cameron, who said they've listened to the will of the British people. Well, look at the turnout. It wasn't that great, was it? And we ended up with years and years of garbage culminating in the Tory-led fiasco we have now. Or there's another way of looking at it. Don't surrender to the thought of, as it's first past the post, we don't have any hope, so we may as well vote for this. If there's enough out there in enough strength of numbers, then perhaps we can do something about it. People need to get out there. Or if you really are fed up with the system, totally fed up, and there's no hope anymore, then here's 4 words for you. I do not consent. Could you imagine the impact if everybody, everywhere, went out and said, I do not consent? Very powerful message. Now, I've been doing a lot of reading up over the last few days, week or so, about history, the Acts of Union, 1706, 1707, and what Great Britain actually means, what it is. It's nothing more than a lump of land with countries on it. And we've all been, well, done over, so to speak, over generations. You know, what do you identify as? What do you want for your own home, your own country, your own families? Very important questions. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is just me speaking out loud. And if you want to watch another one of my videos on this kind of subject, you can do that one there. And I look forward to talking to you again soon. Toodaloo.